What is good, Cardano fam, ADA gang? We have lots of exciting updates to unpack today and a change of heart by Raoul Pal. Yes, hit that subscribe, hit that like. Raoul Pal tweets ADA, "We're all better together," after support for Sui by Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson. Didn't think I'd make this tweet, and it's a step in the right direction whether you like him or not. Let's see how we got here. So Charles Hoskinson showed some positive support for Sui. Reading about Sui, it's good to see George's work come to life. They deserve great success in the space. Now, for context, apparently Charles and George, they work together, sharing information, research and whatnot. And Raoul says, to be fair, I didn't have this on my bingo card, but it's nice not to see tribalism in the space. We are all better together. Hashtag Sui, hashtag ADA. So, let's take the W, you know what I'm saying? Let's be grateful. It continues on. Wow, even Hoskinson is digging Sui tech. I think the whole project or object-oriented approach to blockchain is going to be a game changer for the whole crypto space. Charles says it's what Solana should have been. I still think Cardano's approach is superior for a long list of reasons, but Sui has some real innovations. Now, guys, don't worry, Charles is not leaving Cardano. More on that later. Sui and Cardano would be great, says Rob from Digital Asset News. As we saw yesterday, Rob, he has held Cardano since 2017, in addition to Ethereum, XRP, Bitcoin, and he apparently also still has a Cardano Node up. So good to see people talking about Cardano. For those wondering, Cardano is still number one. It's not even close with decentralized governance and all the amazing roadmap items coming. Cardano Number One, this is a fantastic 19-minute clip that dropped today by Charles. We have a couple of nice clips that we'll go over, but it's a fantastic listen about what they've worked on, what is coming out, what are the competitive advantages of Cardano and the philosophy of Cardano, and that he's not leaving Cardano. Guys, IOG is working harder than ever, and of course, Charles is the CEO of IOG. So Charles, in regards to kind of the FUD, people are fudding saying that like Charles is leaving, he doesn't care, he's leaving to midnight, he's leaving to Sui, he's leaving to this, right? People are never satisfied. They can't be grateful. Charles says, I will praise good engineering. That doesn't mean I'm no longer on the Cardano train. Let me be clear. Cardano, I do believe, will become the largest cryptocurrency ecosystem in the world. We have much more to gain working together as an industry. So highlighting the importance of working together. And this makes sense, guys, because the future is going to be omni-chain. Technology hidden behind obscurity, right? Think of your vehicle when you get behind the car, right? Not everyone needs to be able to pop open the hood, know how everything works. At the end of the day, we're going to be moving towards a cross-chain, multi-chain, interoperable future. Hence why we see the efforts like the DREC Alliance, where IOG joined as final founding members alongside projects like Ripple, XRP Labs, and many others. Now, in regards to performance, some great stuff in there too. Charles says that Leios will be the fastest single shard protocol. Can't really get faster than that without sharding the system and trading off decentralization and security. Full-time engineers are working right now on Leios. It's high priority. So in a nutshell, guys, our ambition for high throughput, high TPS, pushing the limits of Cardano, they're around the corner, and IOG is working faster than ever to get this stuff delivered to us. Very exciting. Once exchanges list a Cardano native asset, then for all the rest, it's the flip of a switch like an ERC20. What does this mean? Well, when people are like, will you list the SNEC on Binance? Will you list Nike on this? Perhaps Midnight or many other projects will be the catalyst to start the domino effect to list many other projects. And that's what Charles is alluding to here. So we know that HTX had a conversation with Frederick, the CEO of Cardano Foundation. We know that Binance CEO, Richard, will have presence and have a conversation with Cardano over in the Cardano Summit in Dubai. So there are some conversations definitely happening. And I think that this does make a lot of sense. And lest we forget, Midnight is a Cardano native asset. So guys, this notion that Midnight is like leaving away from Cardano, or this notion that Charles is leaving Cardano, we've cleared the water there. Hopefully it's very clear, but people will troll. Investing Bros. Investing Bros, big channel, very active on Twitter and YouTube, over 31.6K subscribers. Shout out to them, over 1,000 videos. They're bullish on Cardano. And I've seen them in the past where they've defended Cardano and many other older projects. And they're aiming for a 50 cents for Cardano in October, November, December to go towards $1. And they have a fantastic TA. So big shout out to them for being objective and looking at kind of just data driven. Because, you know, Cardano gets a lot of FUD at the end of the day, and it's nice for people to have objective takes on the project. One thing that they highlighted is that there's massive buying power, stronger than we've ever seen. There's kind of a surge and a capitulation that we see occurring. So I think pretty much the lows are in, but we'll comment on price a little bit more towards the end of the video. So shout out to Investing Bros. Let's finish off with the gold, you know what I'm saying? Tokenized gold. Let's tokenize the world. This is only the beginning of a change in digital ownership. Tokenized assets are expected to exceed $20 billion over the next year, according to CF benchmarks. Major financial players like Franklin Templeton, BlackRock, Visa, and WisdomTree are entering the tokenization space, enhancing liquidity, transparency, and efficiency. SkyBridge Capital's Anthony Scaramucci advocates for tokenization to reduce global transaction costs, which he estimates are at $7 trillion. That's a problem that needs to be solved, right? IRS plans to finalize tax reporting rules for digital assets by year end, and a great infographic that tokenized assets indeed have only scratched the surface. So we can see that with 458 trillion of global assets, we only have 12 billion tokenized assets. So tiny, right? Tiny. Not even 1%. Minuscules. Definitely a lot of room for growth there. So how is the price of fGLD determined? Just a reminder, guys, that Finest, in my opinion, they're rolling with the most professional, elegant, real-world assets on Cardano. They started with Granite that went sold out, and now gold. And their gold, fGLD, which is the ticker, is a Cardano Native Token. The price of a gold bar differs from the gold spot index price due to minting costs for the physical bar, dealer markups, storage, transportation, insurance, supply and demand spreads. Smaller bars cost more per gram than larger ones. That makes sense because of like bulk and whatnot. We are tokenizing these small bars. We purchase 1 gram bars from Pro Aurum. The cost per bar, our price, which includes tokenization on Cardano, KYC costs, 5 years of storage, 5 years of storage insurance, development of DeFi use cases with other Cardano projects, and a margin for Finest. And of course, I like that they've broken this down. They've broken it down for transparency, but I also like that they've added the asterisks because of price fluctuations for market changes, right? So very nice, and I like that from the get-go, they've been leading with professionalism, elegance, and full 100% EU compliance. I'm very excited also that they announced a US retail partnership where they'll be able to ship right to your doorstep in the US and other places of the world. So it's good stuff. If there was a place I'd go to for tokenized gold, it'd be Finest. So let's finish off with price. As we know, Investing Bros, they are thinking that November, we're going to head towards 50 cents, or October, sorry, earlier. And if we break out of that 50 cents, we could go towards the $1 mark in November/December. So that's very optimistic. I like to just play with trajectory, take my time. I have some stables that I got prepared during this dip, ready for if we dip even lower, I'm going to snag some more. I'm a big fan of that local floor in the 24-25 cent, but that's wishful thinking. You can't always have a insatiable appetite to the downside. I think more or less the low is in. But it's great to hear from Investing Bros. We saw yesterday Rob from Digital Asset News. We also saw Sheldon from Crypto Banter. And now we see people like Raoul Pal. Now, whether it's because there's a lot of bad PR for Solana or whatever you want to think, guys, at the end of the day, let's just try to be grateful for positive comments on Cardano. And at the end of the day, it's beneficial. So price, what can we hit? I think $5 to $7 is very easy during the peaks of altcoin season. When will altcoin season come? Just like Investing Bros, you see how they're leaning towards the colder months, November, December. I still think that it's going to be Q1, Q2. And we may be mistaken, it might be pushed back, but I think minimum Q1 2025. When we reflect back to that $3 mark in 2021 tail end, we had very little in the ecosystem. We had Sunday Swap around the corner. We had the smart contracts announcement. We had our own FUD then. We had the whole one transaction per block. And you can see that it's kind of the same nonsense FUD being created even now. So pay attention to the FUD. Pay attention to that FUD, because the higher the FUD, the more the despair, and that is a signal that people have given up and can usually showcase that altcoin season is about to start. We know that Bitcoin global search is low. Dominance of Bitcoin is very high. So it's great to see people like Investing Bros doing some TA also and just kind of breaking down positive sentiment. So for them pushing that November, December $1, perhaps, to me, when I just go off of story and narrative and qualitative research, I think it's going to be a little bit later. But hey, I'd rather be more optimistic than not. So could we hit $1 in the December range? Possible, but I'm prepared to scoop up some more dips. And if we go beneath that 33 cent to 25 cent range, that's a fantastic buying window. It still is, because my last buy was July at 369. But I like to just kind of wait it out. Just be patient, guys. It's always better to spend time in the market. Don't time it, because you can never really time the bottom and the tops of any project, really. But let me know what you guys think. Did you guys expect Raoul Pal to tweet about ADA? Let me know about that. And what are your thoughts about Investing Bros aiming for like a $1 range if we break out of 50 cents going into November and December? I think it's pretty positive and much appreciated. So guys, enjoy your weekend. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. I'll see you in the next Angry Crypto Show.